Everybody has their eyes on what's coming this week. The crypto week, first ever, is here tomorrow. And what's going to be on the cards? Well, we know some legislation is going to be passed. Trump announcing it's going to make crypto and the US the absolute forefront of it. And more importantly, Bitcoin's still holding up at 118,000. So a big week ahead. Let's break down some of those key things and what to expect and where do we think the market could be by the end of this week. So go ahead, hit that like and subscribe button. And let's get into it. So I've been talking about this now for at least a good couple of weeks, actually, and it's finally here. The first ever Crypto Week, July 14th to July 18th, as held by the United States House and Committee on Financial Services Chairman French Hill. Now, within this week, already we know we're going to get three big bills certainly put to the test: the Clarity Act, as well as the Anti-CBDC Act and the Genius Act, which we believe will be one of the first ones to go through. Now, everybody is expecting Trump to come out and give us some very bullish news, in particular where these bills are going to be. He also confirmed that the market structure bill will be on the floor for this coming week as well. This could open up a ton of opportunity for financial institutions and equally for retail to start coming back in. The more coverage we get right now, the more hype that sits around Bitcoin and the crypto market, the more likely that retail is going to come in. Now, just for context, we already know that Wall Street and institutions are here. We saw a massive rally over that $118,000 mark. But just look at some of this. We had 2 days last week of which institutions came in and bought 1.03 billion and 1.18 billion. And actually, most of that driven out of BlackRock. You can see there on the 11th, BlackRock were nearly buying $1 billion worth of Bitcoin by themselves. Expect this to explode this week. Every day I predict will be green. We're going to see some massive price action. We could even see another retest of that upper 14-year resistance line at about $120,000. So this, by the way, on the back of Trump imposing 30% tariffs on the EU, Mexico, as well as many others. But right now, well, the markets just don't care. And the more that Trump seems to put tariffs on, the more that people need to come to the discussion table, the more Bitcoin and the crypto market continues. Remember, risk on is adverse to dollar depreciation. So people are definitely moving into a Bitcoin favorable portfolio, a Bitcoin favorable strategy to kind of offset some of this cost that's going to come in. And again, don't forget, $27 billion surplus for the month of June is very bullish for what's going on. So expect a massive move. 25% in Bitcoin holdings for public companies is already where we sit for 2025. This for a very interesting review. A MicroStrategy may even come out, if you can believe this, and buy even more. 597,325 Bitcoin is where they currently sit. But Bitcoin holdings among public companies is now mirroring the surge we saw in 2021, demonstrating a massive cyclical pattern that we saw in 2021. Now, everyone remembers 2021 was one of the most insane bull markets we've ever had, and I think we are setting up for exactly the same here. The difference, we're going to see two parts to this massive bull run: institutional bull run, the desire to grab as much Bitcoin as they can, followed then by the most insane retail bull run that we have seen yet. You only have to take a look at what's going on with Bitcoin right now. We're having one of the biggest weekends that we've ever had, certainly pushing back above new all-time high at 118, which if you think about that, nearly a week ago, we were at 108 and people were kind of a little bit nervous as to where the market was going to go. Now, the market is skyrocketing, everybody's getting in, and this is setting up, in my opinion, for a very interesting week. This is where we're looking at this break above this 20-year line, and all bets are off. We could absolutely see Bitcoin skyrocket, maybe even 150K over the course of the next couple of weeks. What's really encouraging, though, over the course of this last few days is altcoins are starting to move as well. Ethereum holding nearly 3,000, HBAR up 14%, as well as many others. The market is turning green and everybody is starting to get bullish on what's happening. And this, for me, is the trigger. This is where you start to see that shift from uncertainty, nervousness to real bullish optimism. And right now, the ETFs, those institutions, they are the most bullish people we have when it comes to this market. I think what will be really interesting, again, like we talked about the other day, is to see where these liquidation points come in. Where do people feel most confident to trade this market? Well, the reality is right now, people do not want to hedge against this market continuing. We've got some really strong liquidity up. We could even see, like I said, 120K, 30 million. That would take out a significant amount of shorts. There is a little bit building to the downside, but again, very optimistic as to where this comes. So I'm very bullish for this market. You can see here, no one wanting to hedge against Bitcoin. It's going to be very interesting how this plays out. Watch out. I think this week is going to be very explosive. And equally, watch out what's going to come out of the US government. Very bullish, very optimistic. And I think 120K is getting taken out this week. As always, thanks for watching. Take that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.